All right. Let us now continue our Barclays Premier League talks. And let us talk about, we've just talked, me and BK just spoke about the relegation zone. Let us talk about the UCL spots. So those of you who do not know, there might be a fifth spot in the Barclays Premier League because there's usually four. But depending, there could be a fifth spot in La Liga, there could be a fifth spot in France, depending on the coefficients and how the teams do now in the Champions League. So right now we are looking at teams. Right now, fifth is on, let's see, I think United. Well, I should be sure that it's United. If I just do this. Oh, fifth is actually on Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know why I thought United. And United are busy chasing that spot. But let us focus on teams that could catch up on United and actually try and fight for that fifth position. I don't know if they'll be able to catch up on Spurs or Aston Villa. This past weekend, we saw Newcastle win and get closer to United against West Ham. A very, very good game, 4-3. West Ham were winning 2-1 first half. I don't know what happened to them. And then, unfortunately, Newcastle went on to draw 1-1 with Everton during this week. And West Ham themselves, who are also fighting for that position, drew 1-1 with Spurs during this week. And of course, United drew at Brentford 1-1, which did not help their cause. And of course, later on today, I am recording on a Thursday, they are playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Then, this coming weekend, West Ham will be playing Wolves. Newcastle will be hosted by Fulham. United will be hosting Liverpool. So it's tough. United, back-to-back big games. I don't know if you still call Chelsea a big game. I don't want to argue with Chelsea fans. They are down on the floor right now. So now is not the time for me to be fighting with them. Do I think any of these teams could catch up to United? Well, if United don't pick up their socks, I don't know what picking up their socks is. It's like they're wearing socks that don't fit them. 1 minute the socks are up, 1 minute the socks are down with them. But if I had to pick a team that would definitely catch up to them, which is Newcastle, a team they shared top four with City and Arsenal last season. Newcastle, I think they would catch up to them. If I had to predict the Chelsea United game today, I don't know. I'm seeing a draw per se. It's at the Bridge. I think United will be fighting for those points so that they don't get out of that position. Wolves, West Ham, also on an off team, not particularly good when they are away, and they are going away to Wolves. So I am looking at maybe a 1-0 win for West Ham. Then Fulham versus Newcastle. Newcastle should win that game, right? But you never know with Fulham. You should never go to Fulham and think, yeah, I've got this. And then United versus Liverpool on the weekend. Very, very big game. United beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. Liverpool are chasing a title right now. They are playing Sheffield today also, later on today. I think definitely they should win that game. It is at Anfield. Against United, again, you don't know which United is going to show up. You really have no idea. My prediction is, I'm going to come as a footballer right now. Let me remove my Pep tendencies. I think Liverpool should win at Old Trafford. I'm not sure about the scoreline, but I think they should win that game. If I was a betting man, I would go win or draw on it. because like I said, you don't know which United is going to show up. I'd actually like to get the thoughts of Floyd, Liverpool fan. And I hear from him what he thinks about this game. Hey, Floyd.
Yes, Mr. Anika.
How are you, Ndadi?
I am good, Ndadi. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have 5 minutes for me?
Yes, I do.
Away, man. You're live on the channel, ne?
Yeah.
You guys are playing Sheffield today. I'm guessing that's a straight win.
Yes.
Then on the weekend, you play United.
Yes.
Do you think there could be an upset here?
So with United, okay, today's game, it's all done before it even started. We're going to easily win the game unless if Klopp decides to rest some players, but still we're going to win the game. But if he doesn't rest the players, I think by first half it should all be done.
Okay.
And then on weekend, I think on weekend we're easily going to win against United. If you would have seen, I'm not sure if you have seen the other match that we played in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So the game, it was completely over in the second half, but Liverpool lost concentration towards the last 5 minutes of the match, and then they were able to equalize from there, and then we had to go to extra time. So what I think is going to happen now, it's Liverpool are going to be much angry, especially with what has happened in the FA Cup. So they would want to definitely improve on that.
But you did say yourself, if you don't beat City, then you lose to United. I think you jinxed Liverpool.
Yes. So yeah, exactly what happened. We didn't manage to beat City. We're not able to pass Manchester United. So now there's motivation behind, because we actually ahead of everyone. We're looking at topping the log with more points.
Yeah.
Then I think, so I think that will serve as motivation to the guys, because now if you check City, they even way behind us. So even if we can lose one game, City would still be behind us. They would match us with points, but they would be behind in terms of goal difference.
No, not exactly. Let me just check that for you quickly. So right now you are second because of the game that you're going to be playing today. If you win today, you will be on 70 points. That means you will be 3 points ahead of City, and only 2 points
ahead of City if we win today.
Yeah.
So we're already ahead of City now.
Right now you're level. You're level on points with City.
Yes.
But
just that we are ahead with goal difference.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So we do still have. So my point is, we do still have one game that we can lose, and then we know we're still safe.
Okay.
Because with Arsenal, they're going to drop points at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm especially afraid of is City. So if I'm 3 points ahead of City, I think I'm okay. I don't want to lie. I'd rather have that than I'd rather have 3 points ahead of City than 2 points ahead of City.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to tell the viewers what you would bet on the United versus Liverpool, you're on Betway now. Which odd would you be choosing? Which decision would you make?
It's Liverpool straight win, to be honest. It doesn't need any hesitation. It's straightforward.
No overs, no unders.
In terms of the overs and unders, it's something else. It's a game in which you shouldn't try to fiddle with it. Just a straight win, then that is perfectly fine. The moment you want to modify it, and then it's something else. Yeah, just Liverpool straight win is enough.
All right. Now, thanks, Floyd, man. Thanks for your time, bruh.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Later.
All right, Liverpool fans, you heard that. United fans, you heard that. Leave a comment on what you think about that game, what you think is going to happen. City fans, Arsenal fans, you heard that you might lose. City fans, you heard that the point is already in the dock before Sheffield. Some of you might see this late when it's already there or not. Leave a comment, man, on that thought. Right. Let us touch on United, right? So we're going to touch on United now. If they can actually catch up to Spurs and Aston Villa in the top 5 positions, right? Everyone is trusting that fifth spot will be given to an English team. So Aston Villa on the weekend beat Wolves at home, and then unfortunately lost 4-1 to Manchester City. Spurs, on the other hand, beat Luton on the weekend, and then during the week went on to draw 1-1. If I look at the table, if I can quickly do this. If we look at the table, United, the game they haven't played today, right? They are Mets, 9 points behind Spurs, right? Spurs are 2 points behind Aston Villa with a game in hand. Your thoughts on this? Should United be chasing Spurs or be chasing Aston Villa? I know BK is trusting that Spurs, because I know Spurs have to play City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. BK is trusting that that's the team that might slip up, and United, and that's of course if United are there when the moment comes. BK did say that also, to say depends, they should be there. Question on that from the viewers. I'm not really going to call anyone. I don't know any Spurs fan or Aston Villa fans. But the question for me on that is, do you think United can actually catch up to Spurs at least, or Aston Villa, one of those, and get that UCL spot? And this question, especially for United fans, do they want to be in the Champions League next season? Is it something that they want? But I guess it's progress. Let me call a United fan. Let me see if I can get a hold of this gentleman.
Hey, yo.
Tibos, how's it?
Good and you?
I'm good, Daddy. Do you have 5 minutes for me?
Sure, why not?
Away, man. You're live on the channel, ne?
Yeah, man.
Away, man. I've got a very important question for you, right?
Yes.
Do you think that United can catch up to either Aston Villa or Spurs for those Champions League spots? And do you feel like, as a United fan, you want to play Champions League next season?
Whew. These are tough questions. Am I audible?
I think so, yeah. If you can just a bit louder, but yeah.
Okay, all right. First of all, the first question, I don't think we'll catch up to Spurs or Villa. For one reason only, injuries.
Okay.
Not because we're not good enough. Okay, I can always bring the other reason that you saw how we played against Brentford. The lethargic.
Yeah.
Losing not even every second ball, we were losing every first and second ball.
Yeah.
So injuries and the way we play, I don't even think the players are still with the coach anymore. You can hear him in the press conferences defending the players, saying, nah, we're good with the players. The press can say this, they can say that, but we as a team, we are united. It's not true. There's definitely some divisions in that dressing room, some cliques all over again. Obviously, we know who the culprits are. Bruno, Rashford, won't mention names. And again, Lisandro Martinez is injured. Luke Shaw is still injured. Casemiro, I'm not sure if he's okay. Jeez. So, for the mere fact that injuries and the way we play, no.
they've lost confidence in the manager. There's no way. And do I want to be in the Champions League next season? Again, no. But we can't be. I mean, if really Ratcliffe and Barada and Ashworth and Wilcox are going to be rebuilding the team, and getting rid of some of the dead wood, and you bring in new players, that chemistry will not be good enough for us to go and compete in that global stage.
Okay.
We could go for the money. It would be good for the money, but for the mere fact that we won't be that, chemistry won't be strong enough for us to compete at that level. I would say I'd be happy with Europa.
Okay.
Only.
Okay. Last question. You were speaking about the players not being happy with the manager. Are you happy with the manager?
Yeah. Whew. Okay. These questions are tough.
I mean, you're a United fan. You've watched a few games, obviously, this season. How are you feeling?
I understand Ten Hag is a disciplinarian. I get that, and he's stubborn. He has his ways and his style of play. But these players are different. You can even see it with Pep. Pep used to talk with his players and tell them, "I don't want you to play like this. I want you to play like that." I mean, you remember when Sterling was in City? Sterling was all over the place. Pep set him down and said, "Listen, this is how I want you to play," and you could see the improvement.
Yeah.
But these players now, this generation, Rashford, you can't talk to them like that. They get emotional. They post stuff on social media,
and they become depressed.
Hey, I want, but I want to stay because changing of coaches fatigue. That's where I am. I'm tired. I don't want another new coach who has to get used to his own philosophy and he wants his own players. He plays this way, that way. I don't want to go through that again.
So you'd stick with him?
Maybe it's that bias. I'd stick with him only on that bias, and I'm tired of changing coaches.
Okay.
But this is important. He is very stubborn, and that could make him lose his job. He needs to, he needs to figure out how he's going to deal with his players who are not listening to him. His obsession with Bruno and Rashford will be the end of him. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no, thanks, Tibos.
No, it's a pleasure, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp.
Okay. I would definitely love to hear from other United fans. What do you think about qualifying, chasing Spurs, Aston Villa? What do you think about being ready for Champions League? What do you think about changing managers? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. What do you think about Ten Hag's coaching style? What do you think about this new generation of players? Of which I understand, back in the day, there's not a lot of social media. Now, a lot of social media. So, fans go after you. Fans definitely go after you. And I would say that's actually this generation's fault. I'm not talking only about the players. I'm talking about this generation of fans because I don't go to any platform and make fun of players about being terrible or make memes about them. I'm old school like that. You can call me old if you want to. But it's their fault. They are bullying these players now, and that's why we're getting a lot of players maybe not performing well because of such things. All right, then to continue to the Barclays Premier League title race. Did I mention Villa will be playing Brentford this weekend, and then Spurs will be playing Nottingham Forest. My thoughts on that? Tough game for Brentford, for Villa. Excuse me. This could be a banana sleep for them, but they're at home, so I doubt. Much more of a banana sleep is Spurs, who are playing a team now fighting for relegation. And this is not the time to be playing such teams. They will definitely give you problems. And like we mentioned, United will be playing Liverpool for those Champions League spots. So let us move on to the Barclays Premier League title race. Of course, we had Liverpool versus Brighton on the weekend. Liverpool came back from 1-0 behind at Anfield to beat Brighton. It was a very intense game. You could see a lot on the line for both teams. Brighton could be one of the teams fighting for those European spots. Liverpool, of course, fighting for the title race. Very professional of them. Just to stick to Liverpool, I should have actually asked Floyd this one. De Zerbi, okay. Xabi Alonso has now decided that he's going to stay at Bayer 04. I think he was one of the top candidates, but he has decided, nah, I'll stay at Bayer 04, which I'm happy for him. Just hope Bayer 04 don't have to sell a lot of players. I think winning a league should be enough, and I think they are through to the finals of the DFB Pokal, and this Europa is a long way to go. Okay, we're gonna talk about Bayer 04 now. From Liverpool fans watching, who would be your coach now? Who would be your option now? Is De Zerbi a good choice for you guys? Could you guys get in a Zinedine Zidane who has no ties with Liverpool? One of the coaches I was asking myself about was where has Antonio Conte gone to, right? He was a winner. You can say what you want to say about him, but he is a winner. I'm not sure which other coaches are out there. So from Liverpool fans, I want to hear which coach would you take now. There are not a lot of coaches now out there, and it will be teams like you, maybe United, if they decide to sack Ten Hag, and Barca and Bayern, who would be looking for managers. And on the comment section, if you want to, you can put and say what would be expected of that coach as a Liverpool fan, especially what would be expected for them to come and achieve now at Liverpool with what Klopp has achieved so far. But yeah. Let's hear that. Okay, then we had City versus Arsenal on the weekend also at the Etihad, which was if you're neutral, it was a very boring game. It was a 0-0 game. If you're a fan of both of these teams, you were sitting at the edge of your seat. Some of you might say that Arsenal were playing boring football, but they did what they had to do, right? Sometimes to win the title race, you don't have to beat the biggest team or the champions, let me put it that way. City, they tried their best, but Arsenal were just properly defensive. I would say a low block on gear 2. It was not very low. They attacked when they wanted to attack. Okay, before I call a fan, we can talk about Haaland. Haaland struggled in that game. What are my thoughts? Because a lot of people are like, Haaland is a championship. Whoever said that, I want to say names. You are a clown. Because then if he's a championship player, players who are not able to score the amount of goals he scored last season, why are they not doing it and they are Barclays Premier League players? Just my thoughts on that. I just think with Haaland, there are games for him. And listen, I would have thought versus Arsenal, Haaland should play. I didn't know that Arsenal would have come and say, no, we're not all about that life. Again, don't disrespect the two centre-backs of Arsenal because they played quite well. If you play quite well and you're playing that football that Arsenal was playing, you're going to catch a Haaland. Hence, I'm saying that there are some games that Haaland should be benched. Pep should have made that sub very early. I don't know, he didn't make it the whole game. And Alvarez should have came in and played. Pep did his tactics. Foden should have played more center a bit. at some point of the game. Yeah, there's a lot on that. I've got a lot of thoughts on that. Let me see if I can get a hold of a Arsenal fan first, and then I'll see if I can get a hold of a City fan. Let me do this. Yeah, but I'm not saying Arsenal before this person can answer. But Arsenal, Holland, Pep is lucky to have two types of different players like that. And I feel like he should be using their Tuto.
Hello?
How are you, Dad?
My brother.
I'm good, man. Are you busy? Do you have 5 minutes for me?
Yes, I have 5 minutes for you.
So it's a bit loud where you are, though.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I've got a few questions.
Yes, I've been expecting your call.
You're live on the channel, ne?
Oh, okay.
I've got a few questions for you.
Okay, no problem.
How do you feel about the result in the City versus Arsenal game? And how do you feel about the title race now?
Thank you for starting with that question. I don't know how to feel. I have mixed feelings about the game, to be honest. But I'm happy with the result, man. We're still above Man City in the league.
Okay.
You know, so I think a point at the Etihad is very big, considering how we've been performing over the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I think our approach to the game was a bit. I don't think anyone expected Michael Arteta to pop the pass, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happened, and it was a tactical move, and we got our point. So overall, I'm happy. I'm just not happy about the way we took on the game. You know, I would have rather lost at the Etihad than played the way he did. But you know, it got us a point, and we are still above City.
So you would have rather you go toe to toe with them?
I mean, look, if we want to be the best team in the Premier League and in the world, that's what you have to do. You have to go to the best teams, and you have to play dominating football.
Okay.
You know, because I'm thinking if ever we progress from the Champions League to semi-finals and Man City progresses also and beats Real Madrid, we're also going to play them again.
Yeah, you know? That's a really good point.
Yeah, so my question is now, will it be a different thing? Because knockout football is not the same as league football. You know? Yeah, so hopefully that was the only hiccup that we're going to have for the rest of the season. But yeah, that's my take on. I'm happy with the point, my brother. But the way we went on about it was Jose Mourinho style, you know?
Yeah. So how do you feel about the title race from now on?
Listen, I think we are in a very good position regarding I think it was last night's game.
Yeah.
You know? For the first time I saw I'll say the B team players or the bench warmers play and start a game and convincingly controlled the whole tempo of the game, you know? That's always been our weakness. Even last season, the reason why we dropped points was the fact that Saliba got injured and Partey got injured. You understand? So the fact that Smith Rowe got on the pitch and he delivered a man of the match performance against Luton, which he hasn't been playing for a very long time, you know, was a very good. It was a good indicator of that. The depth is at least still there in case anything happens, you know.
You guys travel to Brighton this weekend, and then you host Bayern next week in the Champions League. Any predictions? Any thoughts?
Yes, I think Brighton is going to be straight business. You know, it's going to be very straightforward. I don't see any hiccups at Brighton. Yes, considering they've lost a lot of their structure from last season. Brighton is not the same team anymore. So
Yeah, so I don't see anything happening. I think I'm looking at a 3-1, 4-1 result at Brighton.
Okay.
Considering the fact that Arsenal is playing stronger and better away in the league this season than at home.
And then the Bayern game?
Yeah, and then I think the Bayern game is going to be very interesting, my brother, because we're playing at home, right? So Thomas Tuchel knows Arsenal very well, and he knows that we are a position-based team. So I don't think we're going to approach the Bayern game the same way we approached the Man City game, because it's Champions League football, and we're going to be looking to dominate the game. So I want to see whether I'll be interested in seeing how Thomas Tuchel approaches the game, in terms of, is he going to set up a defensive structure, or is he going to go toe-to-toe with the boys at the Emirates?
How important is it that you guys get a result at home before you travel to the arena?
It's very important. It's very important. It's very important that we win the game. And I think it's very important that we play all our best players play that game, because like I said earlier on, we have a very convincing starting 11 that can go with anyone toe to toe. But as soon as one or two players go missing, we have loopholes and problems.
All right, no, thanks, Tuto. Thanks, man.
Yeah. No. Thank you so much. We're gonna win the league and we're gonna win the Champions League, my brother. Don't worry about it. We got this. Yeah. All right, sharp. We'll talk. Easy. Thank you.
All right, Arsenal fans, you heard that. Very confident Arsenal fan. Disappointed about the result this past weekend. Let me know your thoughts on that. Very confident against Brighton. For me, that's going to be a very interesting game. Could be a banana sleep, because Brighton play. They're a very brave team, and De Zerbi, does not look like he wants to change his football for any game. He wants his team to play that football that he wants his team to play. Then against Bayern, okay, I'm going to touch more on that once we get to the Champions League predictions. City fan. Which City fan can I call? Let me try a City fan I have not called this season. G. Remind me. Is Mulimo a City fan? Yeah. He's a City fan, eh? Yeah. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. I don't want to call the same people all the time, right? You see? I'm not being biased here. I'm not being... Oh, Nyanis. Okay, I'll call Nyanis. I'll call Nyanis. I don't want to be biased, so if you want to get into this fan of the calls, let's talk. Mulimo.
Nika.
Ushab, Pedro. Sure, man. Do you have 5 minutes for me, bruh?
Yeah, let's talk.
Sure, man. You're live on the channel, ne? On the channel. What are the odds of football?
What? Sorry, my.
Ladies man.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yes, you were saying.
I'm saying you're live on the channel. What are the odds of football?
One of the what of football?
What are the odds of football? You see, now I see who's not supporting me, eh?
No, but I'm caught up ngayo, but there's one man calls post upon in this video but now I haven't we link straight. I just watch a video when it was posted with status or by group in.
Not a problem, man. Have you been watching City? City, Manchester City.
Yeah, we have been watching. I was watching even like Nizolo and a few days in Arsenal. Yeah, I was watching.
How do you feel about Erling Haaland?
Oh, but I won't lie. I was excited at first, but I feel like I'm not getting enough from him.
Do you think City should sell him? Yep. Do you think Pep should do it more? What do you think should happen?
Okay, but I don't think he should be like harsh and sell him just yet, but I feel like Pep needs to do something to get more out of Haaland. Yeah, if that fails as well, then I feel like he should sell him.
All right. Do you think we're gonna win the league this season?
The league. I feel, and I was thinking about this morning, yes, Buddha, and I feel like the league is, we might not win it, but we might win either EFA or the Champions League.
Okay, so you're positive about those ones.
Yeah, those ones I have like faith and hope also. League, not so much.
All right. Thanks. Okay, yeah.
Because another thing, I'm definitely sure that Liverpool is going up the table tonight.
All right. No, thanks, Mulimo. Thanks, man.
No stress, Buddha, no stress. Unzunifakele link Buddha man ndingene phandle ndiyenze kwalo. Ndiyenze because kan manje ndithi nzama ndiyenza hey.
Sure man.
Yeah, ndazi noba zake ndinibone nini apha eBlom because relocated ngosenze Kapa but ke I'll come visit and see you guys that side.
Sure.
Sure, Buddha.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear from you guys. Yeah? You hear that? A man who wants to support. Let me call one more City fan. Is he at work? This gentleman could be at work. All right. Okay. No more calls for today. So just touch on this title race, the Barclays Premier League title race. So we have the 0-0 City versus Arsenal. The 4-1 by City versus City beating Aston Villa. Liverpool are playing today versus Sheffield. We spoke to Floyd about that. Listen, I'm giving right now Liverpool a 50% chance of winning the league. I'm giving Arsenal a 40% chance of winning the league. And I'm giving Liverpool, because it's in their hands right now, they just have to be perfect for the rest of the season, then they win the title. Arsenal, because they'll be waiting on Liverpool to sleep, and they've honestly, in the past 2-3 months, 4 months, they've been the best team in Europe, so I would give them the 40%. I give the 10% to City, because, right, Pep's team never give up. We're in the end game now, right? Doctor Strange giving the time stone to Thanos. Let's see if Tony Stark, Liverpool or Arsenal will do what they're supposed to do. But whoever wins this title race, I feel like City, being third, whatever, they should give whatever team that's going to win the title a run for their money, if I can put it that way. Because really, that's how City are. That team that wins that title should deserve this, because this is also a title that could have broken history in the Barclays Premier League, winning a 4th title in a row, which no team has ever done. So I hope City and his, Pep and his boys are going to make sure that whoever wins the title feels it, right? Then that's it for the Barclays Premier League. So we've got Brighton versus Arsenal this weekend. Arsenal away, City being hosted by Palace. And again, we've spoken about the United versus Liverpool. Just to touch, of course, on the Bio 04 story. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not be talking about Bio 04s. I want to jinx them, right? I almost jinxed them this weekend. Those who know, you will know. Those who don't know, you can go watch the previous video, episode 26. I want to talk about what they can achieve this season. Like I said, they beat a a team in the semi-final yesterday in the DFB. So they're in the finals, 13 points ahead in the Bundesliga. Then they've got Europa, right, which is another business there. Just before we move on to the Europa, just to touch on the Bayern versus Arsenal game, we are going to touch Champions League. But if Bayern show up the way they showed up against Dortmund, playing Arsenal, they are going to get destroyed, honestly. I hope Tuchel and his squad, what they're thinking in their minds is, we've just got the Champions League left, so let us at least chase that. Dortmund, who destroyed 2-0, but I mean, if you watch the game, they destroyed them. If you want to watch a good game this weekend, we'll be playing Stuttgart, who are third in the table. Dortmund are fourth. So if Dortmund should win that, they'll be 1 point behind Stuttgart.